I got to give him some credit because when I saw this, I was rolling. But man, what an event. This was absolutely amazing. Where all the people at that said this card was going to be trash? I need a lot of fight fans in general, boxing or MMA, to learn something. Name value does not equal skill, and it does not equal a fun or a boring fight. Only styles mean that. Let's go ahead and start this off. Veronica Hardy won by unanimous decision. Now, when I watched this fight live, I thought JJ Aldrich did enough to win, but I picked Veronica Hardy to win, so I'm going to take my wins where I can get them. A win is a win. I got this one correct. Next up was Charles Johnson versus Jake Hadley, and I predicted that Charles Johnson would win, and I was correct. He won by unanimous decision, and this was a good back and forth fight for the start of it, but then Charles Johnson just took over. And then after the fight was decided, he got on the mic and was entertaining. This is something the flyweight division needs. It needs someone with personality that can get his name out there, that can get casual fans' eyes on this division. We need it, and I think Charles Johnson, as long as he keeps winning, can go a long way. Billy Goff and Trey Waters got fight of the night, and deservedly so, because my goodness, these two went back and forth. This was Madara versus Hashirama level of back and forth, except both Madara and Hashirama knew what defense was. These two did not know what defense was. They just went in there and started slugging it out like a rundown neighborhood in the middle of the night. If one guy got hit, the other one was destined to return, and he did so. One thing I will note about both of them, though, is that they should stay far away from a 5-round fight for now, because both of them were gassed. But that pace was kind of like crazy, so I understand why they were gassed. Anyway, I picked Trey Waters to win this fight, and I was correct. Both of these guys deserved fight of the night, though. I hope they get extra money just because of it. I like this fight so much. Dana actually did say that he was going to give them $25K just for the first round. That's how crazy this fight was. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention that much to this fight. Congratulations to Tabitha Ricci. This was the first prediction I got wrong. Shades of Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie. Oh my goodness, Terrence McKinney got absolutely slumped. And a lot of people on Twitter don't like this guy, so you know they were being ruthless with this knockout of him. Here's one of them that I saw. There's a reason I don't follow this guy. And here's another one that I saw that was actually funny. I'm sorry, McKinney. So Chase Hooper is a problem at lightweight, and this fight confirmed it. I also got this prediction wrong. I thought Borshev would be able to hurt Chase Hooper here, but I was wrong, and I'm kind of glad that I am, because I like Chase Hooper so much. To watch where Chase Hooper was when he first debuted to where he is now, this kid has grown exponentially, and he's still nowhere near his prime. This kid is about to be dangerous. I've been saying that lightweight is a shark tank, and it's only getting more and more sharks added into it. What the heck? Chase Hooper dropped Borshev and then dominated him on the ground. Like I said in my prediction video, that if it went to the ground, Chase Hooper would dominate. I knew that would happen, but I thought he would get a submission off. I had no idea this man would go the ground and pound route. He absolutely destroyed Borshev. I know I'm not saying his name right, but it doesn't matter. And yes, I know Chase Hooper did get the finish by submission, but look at these stats. This is like Hamzat Chimaev level type stuff. I will never underestimate this kid again. Look at what he did to Borshev. Hold on, let me tell you something. So you want to be a fight? Look, if you want to know something about me, I want to be a coach one day for mixed martial arts. But stuff like this is the reason why I want to be a coach. You get a Olympic medalist in Taekwondo to walk in your gym, and he's like, I want to do MMA. Why aren't you immediately making this man train in either takedown defense or grappling exchanges from the worst positions possible? He already has the striking that he needs. He needs to work on his takedown defense or grappling so he learns to get back to his feet. I would make this man do takedown defense drills until he begs for mercy. I would make this man do stand up from mount drills until he begs for mercy. By the time I would be done with him, he would be folding people from the clinch because you wouldn't be able to compete with him there. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Robelis Despain was fraud checked the worst by far of anyone tonight. I've seen better performances from Michelle Watterson. Obviously, with how mad I am, you should know by now that I picked Robelis Despain to win, but congratulations to Waldo Cortez Acosta for going in there and doing exactly what you need to do, which is mix the martial arts. And if you don't like people mixing the martial arts, stop watching mixed martial arts. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I missed a bunch of this fight, so I'm not going to really say much about it, but Sean Woodson was my pick and he won. And I do think that at the end, there was a robbery. So I'm not going to speak on it much because I didn't watch it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it, but I got my pick right. So a win is a win. The next fraud check on this card came by way of Diego Fajeda. And oh my goodness, he showed a new wrinkle in this. The first round was a little bit rough for him, but he just picked it up from there and just started putting it on Mateusz used Rebecca. I know I didn't say it right. And he finished the fight with 10 seconds left. Like, my goodness, it was just really, I think it was just the ref having mercy on him, and he really needed it because he was getting destroyed by the end of this fight. It was just bad. But I don't think this is worse than the Robelis one because we already knew Fajeda had all these skills. He just couldn't really put it together against the best competition. I mean, his only losses are to Poirier, Beneil Dariush 2 times, Gregor Gillespie, and Mateusz Gamrot. And those names are the exact reason why I picked Rebecca, but it didn't go the way I thought it would. Fajeda just demolished this man. You would think Rebecca got jumped with the way he looked after this fight. I got this pick right. Alonzo Menifil basically just ran into his own KO loss, so that was basically on him. Carlos Oberg definitely needs a ranked opponent next, and he got performance of the night, so congratulations to him. I didn't mention it, but so did Diego Fajeda. Joaquin Buckley won in his hometown by unanimous decision after begging for a fight that he finally got. He wanted it to be the main event, and honestly, after what I've seen and the reactions from that crowd, he should have got the main event. But either way, Buckley won very convincingly by doing what most people would call a fraud check, but I'm not really sure it's a fraud check because Ruziboev only had 2 fights in the UFC, so that's not really grounds for a fraud check. Yeah, there was hype on him, but he's very, very new to the UFC. He's a beginner, and Buckley is the veteran here, and Ruziboev moved down a weight class, so don't forget that either. Either way, Buckley was definitely the star of this entire show, shooting blast double legs, hurting Ruziboev, nearly finishing him, and going for a call out of Conor McGregor and running out of the cage to meet Randy Orton. I mean, the guy was a star here. I do think the call out of Conor was pretty bad, but he did say it was to get his name out there, and it works. It does work. You can't deny it. People say he's cringe and they won't pay attention to him, but yet they can't stop talking about him. It's because he's entertaining. He's very entertaining, and he's a breath of fresh air. We needed something like this, so I'm glad Buckley won. I'm glad I chose him to win. I was correct. And if you watch the post show, he did say a realistic call out for him would have been Gilbert Burns, and I can't agree more. And you dang right Derek Lewis won. Yeah, baby. He did a bunch of extra stuff after, but at the end of the day, he won. Woo!